Developmental theorists. The theorist that looked at physical development is Gesell. He stated that development follows a set pattern, and that when children develop physically, they will develop from the head down and from the middle of the body out. The theorists that looked at behavioural development are Bandura, Pavlov and Skinner. Bandura's theory is social learning, which means the children will learn through observing the people around them. Pavlov's theory is classical conditioning, which means the children will learn through association. Skinner's theory is operant conditioning, which means the children's learning and responses will depend on the type of reinforcement given. This reinforcement can be either positive or negative, depending on the type of behaviour shown. The theorists that looked at cognitive development are Piaget, Athy, Vygotsky and Brunner. Piaget's theory is stage model of cognitive development, which means children will use their own experiences to create their own thoughts and logic. Athy's theory is that children will use different schemas to explore on different levels, meaning children will use the schemas in their play to support their learning and overall development. Vygotsky's theory is social constructivism, which means children will learn through being with and supported by different adults and children around them. Brunner's theory is scaffolding. This means the adults will support the children's learning by building on and developing what the children have already learnt and what they already know. The theorists that look at language development are Chomsky and Skinner. Chomsky's theory is that when a baby is born, they are born with a language acquisition device, LAD for short. This means that when a baby is born, they are primed and ready to learn languages. Skinner's theory is that children will learn a language through a reinforcement model, which means children will then be rewarded when they use a language or punished if they don't. The theorists that looked at personality and self-esteem development are Erikson and Harter. Erikson's theory is the life stage model, which means a child's personality can then be affected by the interactions that they have with other people. Whereas Harter's theory is that a person's self-esteem is the product of self-concept and the person's ideal self. The theorists that looked at moral development are Piaget, Kohlberg and Bandura. Piaget's theory is that the stages of moral development are linked to a person's cognitive development, meaning that if a person is struggling cognitively, they will then struggle to develop their own morals. Kohlberg theory is the stages of moral development, meaning that all children will learn their own morals as they grow and develop. For example, babies and young children are immoral. Bandura's theory is that children are influenced through what they have seen, meaning that children will come to learn their morals from the people around them. This is commonly known from the Bulbodo experience that Bandura is most known for. The theory that looked at children's development in relation to their surrounding environment is Bronfenbrenner. This theory looked at children's development being influenced by the children's immediate family, friends, community, and the society in which they live in. The theorists that looked at attachment are Bowlby and Ainsworth. Bowlby's theory is the stages of separation anxiety, meaning that if babies and children are separated from their maternal carer, it can then cause long-lasting mental health issues. Whereas Ainsworth's theory is the strange situation. This looks at the type of attachment babies and toddlers have to their main carer. The theory is also used to identify and measure the different types of attachment that both babies and toddlers can have with their carers.